Hello, hello everyone. Another video. This is not flat. Okay. I'm going to be drawing another random thing. Probably more hands. That's just what I like to do. I like drawing hands. But today I'll spice it up a little more. Maybe. Just trying to get a grasp at what I wanna draw. So I'll start with that. And instead of me just talking about what I'm drawing and like stuff, I mean obviously I'll be talking about what's on my mind as well, like the things that's going on in my mind while I draw. But I thought I might as well talk about something else along with it. And I thought something fitting would be to talk about my goal in maybe not life, but like a goal as a hobby. As you can see, I like to draw in my free time, and one thing I plan to do with my skill, or my skill in progress, I should say, is I wanna make comics or graphic novels in the future. Yeah, and share some random stories that I have that are just in my mind. Um, Currently, I have I have many stories in my mind at the moment, but currently I'm working on two as just personal side projects. I don't plan to share them anytime soon, but yeah, I think the thing about goals is to try to start them as soon as possible, or as as soon as possible. Otherwise, you're probably not gonna work towards that goal very vehemently. And so, if you wanna get something done that's on your mind, try to do it as fast as possible, or as soon as possible. That's just it's not something I'm used to regarding goals, but yeah, that's the thing about, you know, your passions or your dreams, whatever you want to do. If you don't do them soon enough, you're gonna lose that, and I think that's a very big tragedy that's happening to people now recently. They get very unmotivated, and then they don't really focus on their dreams as much as they have used to, maybe when they were children. But like, I hear people saying, maybe your dream is not for you or something like that. And it's like, it's hard to put my finger on my opinion regarding that statement, because, well, maybe it could be that they're right, but the thing about, your dreams or your goals is to try and prove them wrong. Yeah, like if you're not very good at something that you're interested in, just try harder. Learn from other people, get advice, get tips, and especially lots of practice. Get a lot of practice to focus on your dreams. Yeah, and eventually, who knows? Maybe you will reach your dream or your goals or whatever in life. this is not a very good drawing, but yeah, it's not a good drawing. But again, like I said just now, or moments ago, you just gotta practice, and eventually maybe you'll get better, and you will dream bigger as a result. Yeah. Anyways, I guess that's just my personal advice. Thing is, as strange as it may sound, I'm not the one who's supposed to say these things because, well, thing is, I used to dream to be my childhood dream was to be like a marine biologist, but reality hits a little hard. I learned that people in the field don't earn as much, even though I was really interested in it as a child. And so I focused on other things, not art, by the way. Art is people don't earn as much as an artist nowadays either. I just do this for fun. But yeah, there's that. This part looks a little weird. But yeah, I don't do art as a career. That's not something that's a thing. But you see, your dreams don't have to be your career. You don't have to be a marine biologist to actually be interested in marine biology. You can do that research on your own, which is what I like to do in my other free times. I draw another one right here. I might draw it a little more dramatic. But yeah, my dream, aside from like a career or whatever, is to draw comics and graphic novels. I think I said a moment ago that I was working on, I think, 2 of them, even though like my ideas, I wanna make comics because there's just these stories that keep popping up in my head. But I plan to draw all of them out eventually. I'll make them all. And yeah, one of the comics is the characters that I have in mind for one of those comics is about a little boy who wants to learn about the world around him, but he has this whimsical, childish part of him that sort of, it seems to stray his wisdom elsewhere. That's not to say he's unwise, but he's very childish. I think that's what I have in mind. Just a little boy exploring the world, and he takes the world from a very childish perspective. And then there's another character he's gonna be a grown man, but he's seen what the world is, and he's talking with the boy about what the world is. I know, like in recent times, or maybe it's something about growing up. Adults say like they're very pessimistic about the state of the world. Things including like politics and other things in the world, issues that have been popping up regarding the economy or the wildlife or the environment, etc. And like while they're they're probably right about it, about being sensitive or, very serious about the topics. I also think like the pessimism seems somewhat unnecessary. Um, like even though the world seems to suck, it's also, I think there's also a lot of good in the world that we just aren't, like adults aren't really focusing on. And that's the thing, like the interaction between the little boy and the grown man is this contrast between um, this pessimistic adulthood and whimsical childhood. And then there's a third character. I don't really know what this third character is myself. It's just a little character that I have in my head. I made him look like a wizard in my mind, and it's like this wizard is, all-knowing. So it's like a powerful figure, but he knows everything. He knows all the things about the world, but he just refuses to say anything about it. He refuses to give answers to people, and he refuses to. Well, he just refuses to think too much about the world, I guess. But he thinks about himself a little too deeply. Yeah. So it's gonna be just. So the first comic I have, or the graphic novel that I have in my mind, is just three characters interacting with each other. The kid, who's very childish. The man, who's overly pessimistic. And the wizard, who knows everything about the world, but he can't speak. Yeah. I'm still working on the bits of the stories in my mind as I go along and make it. But yeah, I just plan to make it because, well, I want to make it. That's really the only reason why I just want it to be made. I want it to exist. That's really it. The second comic in my mind is not really, well, you see, the thing about the first comic that I mentioned about the boy, the man, and the wizard is that I think it's very I think it's very pensive, but I don't know, maybe, what do you guys think? Sorry, I'm just trying to think about what to say next. Yeah, I think the comic is very pensive about the man, the boy, the boy, the man, and the wizard. That's not going to be the title, by the way. It's probably going to be something else. But because I think it's pensive, and because I think it's like it feels like it's supposed to be deep, but it might actually not be that deep. I feel inclined to make another graphic novel that's like a little more. This is a horrible. I plan to make another novel or graphic novel that's a little more joyful. So it's like maybe it's a more comedy type of graphic novel because, um, well, comics are supposed to be fun. If I made something that's like all just dark and gloomy and pensive and overly complex philosophically, then I don't think everyone's gonna like it. I mean, maybe some people enjoy the fact that it's deep, but again, it might actually not be so deep in the long run. And so I just plan to make another comic that's just fun overall. And it's gonna be about uh, the original idea is about a comic about college, about just having fun in college. I'm in college right now, by the way. Um, and so it's just a little reflection on um, how to have fun in college, how to make friends, what to do in college, sort of like that. But the only, I guess, the vast difference is the scenario is not gonna be on Earth. It's gonna be a completely different planet in a completely different universe. So it's like how to adjust to a different social norm that's different from planet Earth. And I just thought that would be interesting. Um, yeah. Sorry, um, I'll be more focused on my hands at the moment. So for right now, really the only two comics that I have in mind are the story about the boy, the man, and the wizard, and a story about college life. Um, I have more stories in my mind, but those are going to come at a later date. I will start making them at a later time, if I even have the time or the energy to do so. Yeah. Should I make this? I don't really have much else to talk about except this. Um, so I'm sorry about the silence. But as you can see, I mean, I know these hands are not that good looking. They're not really accurate in any way, from my understanding. Um, but again, like with enough practice, I think people can achieve what they really want. Actually, I guess there's one thing I wanted to talk about. There's right now it's 2026, and people have been talking about how AI art is gonna take over the world or whatever. AI art is gonna ruin art communities or something like that. Not take over the world, just ruin art communities. And I have to disagree, honestly. I think art is gonna stay the same. Um, but I do understand from like a marketing perspective, maybe it's a little different. Um, but like I hear people say that they're not very good at art, and so they're resorting to AI art to sort of make up for that. And I mean, I'm not really against AI art, honestly. And like I think AI art can be funny. I mean, there's a lot of you know internet memes about AI art and stuff, and some of them I personally find them maybe a little entertaining. Again, not too much, but like it exists, and so I mean, if people find it funny, I'll probably find it funny too. But I don't think it's right to say that just because you're bad at drawing, you can turn to AI art. I just think like you can take the time to practice in any way or method that you can. If you really love art, um, and you want to make art of your own, again, go after your dreams, um, and pursue art in its raw form. I honestly don't know what I'm making at this moment. I was thinking like a snail shell. And I'm sorry if the recording is bad because I was completely engrossed on my paper, not the phone. I'm still recording with my phone. I'm sorry, by the way. I should probably move it there. That's not a very good spiral. I know when it comes to snail spirals or snail shells, there's like the Fibonacci sequence or the golden ratio, and I don't have the time, energy, or the I don't really have the will to draw it at the moment, even though I know that would be more accurate in a way. Although maybe not all snails follow the golden ratio, and that's okay too. Because even if the laws of nature were to go against you, even if you weren't following the golden ratio, I mean, you're still here. I mean, you're listening to this. It doesn't matter if you break the rules of nature sometimes, not all the times. But yeah. I wonder if I can squeeze in. Something like that. I don't know. Alright. Now I have something like this. Maybe in the next video I'll add some more details or whatever. Yeah. Thank you so much.